Welcome to Linda's TV show. If it is your first time of stopping by or coming across my YouTube channel, you are highly welcome. Please, I beg you for this favor, click on that red button that says subscribe. Beside the red button is a notification bell. Turn the bell on so that anytime I upload a new video, you will be the first person to check it out. I appreciate each and every one of you who always come back to watch my videos. Like you know, I present news on daily basis to you. So after watching the video, you are free to criticize and leave your comment constructively. Share the video. Yeah, you can share it to your family, friends, anybody that you can, so that they themselves will be informed. Now I present to you another interesting or informative video which we are going to watch together. Yeah, I'm going to watch this video together with you. Then we'll come to the comment section.
I refuse to be intimidated whatsoever, because I know I'm doing my best. I'm doing my work as a lawyer, rendering my professional services within the confines of the ethics. So, and nobody will stop me from doing that. So, and as such, I've been exposed to a number of threats. However, it came to a climax. First of all, this happened 2nd of December 2019. That was first invasion. My house was invaded, people were killed, houses were burnt. So, all in an attempt to eliminate me. I went to court to challenge it, and I won that case. On June last year, 6th of June, I traveled home for a very crucial meeting. At the wee hours of the night, at about 2 a.m. in the morning, my house was invaded by security personnel, namely soldiers, DSS, and other paramilitary personnel that were there. They scaled through the fence. I was in the house. Jumped into my house, jumped inside the house. Then the first person that came in went and opened the gate. All the activities in my house were clearly captured via CCTV footage, which have tendered in court. So, and my worry is not that they came to my house, that they scared to the fence. My worry that they went right inside my guest house and killed my PA who was sleeping, who suddenly murdered him, and took his cuffs away. Eventually came back within that period of time. Took my vehicle away, my Toyota Camry, took that car away, dumped the cuffs inside the car. Then on their way, probably going back to where they came from. Because my elder brother was arrested or abducted at that point, and also 3 of my domestic staff were abducted. So on their way going back, they stopped at where they call Nobi in Anambra State. So, and ordered my brother to leave. So my brother left, was dropped there. So, and they proceeded. So when they got to Nnamdi in Anocha government, that was where they set the vehicle in place with my PA inside the vehicle. So I have done everything humanly possible. Immediately after that incident, I wrote to the SSS, I wrote to the police, I wrote to the military, requesting for a thorough investigation of their personnel involved in that study. All these petitions were all tendered in court and admitted in evidence. So, and they didn't take any step. So they didn't take the police did not investigate. Neither SSS was investigated nor the military. None of them investigated my complaint about was on gross violation of my rights and also invasion of my premises. So I went to court again. And on 22nd of July this month, 2022, His Lordship Honorable Justice Rning And Judgement delivered a landmark judgment in that suit and found Nigerian security agents liable for gross violation of my rights. Apparently, His Lordship watched the CCTV camera footage and also declared the invasion of my premises illegal and oppressive and gross violation of my rights, and also abduction of my three domestic staff who are still being detained at the SSS headquarters today. So declared the abduction illegal. So it's interesting also to note that during these proceedings, SSS were represented. They have a lawyer in court. The military have a lawyer in court. As in they had a lawyer in court, I represented them. Same is applicable to the police. So they were all in accord, denying ever stepping their feet in my house. Did I ever been involved in the operation? That's the operation, the invasion of my house. Well, evidence abounds. Abound. My brother saw them who was abducted. The camera captured it clearly. And also we have further information, we have further evidence to show that three of my domestic staff that were abducted on that day, they were subjected to somewhat, they were being tortured. When they were being tortured, somebody snapped them and posted on his Facebook wall. So we were able to get those information and evidence, and it was in that in court too. So furthermore, the information also, in the course of my visits to SSS, I was informed that my boss were there, but they had made a contact with somebody that told me they were there. So, and when I'm with that information, I wrote to the DJ again, asking him to release my voice. They can't continue to deny they are not there. They were there. They are there as I speak to you. I said, release my voice. So up till now, they've not done that until the judgment was delivered on the second. And they've been served with this judgment. So the point that there should be an end to executive lawlessness. What happened in my house on 6th of June 2021 it's something I can never forget in the haste. Even our neighbors cannot forget in the haste. Even after living in the trauma, I still been traumatized when I remember it. Because I was at home. And the game plan, I understand that the game plan or the target was me. Assuming what we are going to ask ourselves, assuming that these people who are not denying, who have denied on oath, ever coming to my house, assuming they were able to have access to me, they were able to access me that day, and succeeded, if not because of actually out of progress in killing me. That's what they would tell the public. But today they're saying in court, they said in court, on oath, you know, if they filed in court, they didn't come to my house. They didn't come. They said in court they didn't come to my house. And if you want, I will make available the clips. So if you watch it, you know the level of decay in the system. But the sense of coming to my house is nothing but just to come and eliminate me and possibly kill another person. A peaceful. And incidentally, I traveled from Abuja that day. On that same day, on 5th of June, I left Abuja to my village for a meeting. So assuming there was any investigation going on against me as a person, I was being contacted in Abuja here by those that came to kill my people. I was in Abuja all through before I traveled for meeting, stakeholders meeting. So, and they monitored my movement. Possibly have the target, me and my PA, and possibly any others on site. But as God will have it, God spared my life. So I've already filed communication with relevant international agencies and also foreign government to get involved, because I want this matter to be to thoroughly addressed. It will take me going to ICC. We'll do that. It's more so when a pronouncement of the court has been made. So what I am urging the federal government to do, which have a request I've put forward to His Excellency President Mohamed Buhari, is to prevail on the DGSSS to release my staff who are there. They will take it off from there. Thank you.
All right. You made mention of you want the matter thoroughly investigated beyond the financial award or damages awarded to you. Right now they are claiming not to have come.
The point is that I am not all that interested about the money. So that shouldn't be my interest, because there's no amount of money a court will award today that will bring back the life of my PA that was murdered, suddenly murdered. But I want this matter to be thoroughly looked into, particularly when the pronouncement has been made by the court. And let me correct this impression, because I told the press during my last during the time they came for, I went there for a press conference. At this point in time, the judgment of the court was made on a findings of facts, based on facts and documents presented before the court. There's no allegation against. And it's not a matter of being alleged that somebody was killed, that somebody invaded. No, the issue of allegation has been resolved. So because and it's more so when the lawyers representing the police the military and the SSL were in court. They all presented their own case, and the court found merit in in our case, and awarded judgment and get judgment in our favor. So it's a full judgment of the court which indicted the Nigerian security agents for invasion of my house, gross violation of my house, and also killing of my PA. So this is why we are going to take it a step further. And as I speak to you, three of my domestic staff are still being detained, and they're denying it. And I know they are there. They are there. They know they are there. So, and they're denying it. So this is, at this point in time, we are taking it a big step further, because we are going to engage relevant foreign institution. In this case, we have taken steps to that effect. They have to get involved. I'm a lawyer. I cannot be killed because I'm defending the law of IPOB or defending IPOB. What offense have I committed?
All right. Before we go on, there is a breaking news, and that's the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, has just ended a meeting with Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike, and the report we are getting is that the meeting ended on a positive note. Former Information Minister and PDP stalwart Professor Jerry Ghana said that the meeting ended on a positive note, and both men agreed to shield their sword and work for victory in next year's election. That is what is coming out from that. And already Emeka Nweke just sent out a message. The Nigerian government should immediately release the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We support anyone in the name of justice for all defend themselves from annihilation. Thank you. And Austin Sami, God will defend you, sir, and your enemies will be put to shame. This coming from Austin Sami. Austin, thank you. And also from Austin, okay, from Mecca. Okay. So for now, why do you think they are denying being in custody of your three staff?
It's simple. I know the level of atrocities committed in my house. I doubt it so much that any responsible security agents will own up to that. Because they cannot explain why my house was invaded in the first place at that time of the night. Even if you are acting on any false information, then assume it's one thing that he came to my house, another thing he came and arrested and killed somebody in his sleep, murdered him. It's not enough that the person was killed, gruesomely murdered. He took his corpse away somewhere and burnt it.
Have they appealed this judgment?
How can they appeal? How can they appeal? It's a very tight judgment. How can they appeal? I'm not against them. They have the right of appeal. Of course, I'm waiting for them to appeal. How can they appeal? I believe because of the level of atrocities committed by these people.
If, for instance, they are denying invading your house and this judgment has been given and they are not appealing, they are also denying being in custody of your staff and obviously also denying killing your PA, then what is preventing them from appealing the judgment? But also when you are in court.
I'm ready to take that matter to Supreme Court. That's fair case. Even if it will take us going to Supreme Court, I'll go to Supreme Court. But I can assure you one thing this evening. From Relief A to Relief 9, as granted by His Lordship, Honorable Justice I must execute all of them to the letter. The court also directed them in that judgment that they should identify their personnel involved in this dastardly act and sanction them according in line with the law. Because the court queried, how can you tell me that the people that did this are human beings? In his judgment, it's black and white. He directed the police, the military, the SSS to identify their personnel involved and sanction them. So it's something that is very traumatizing. So the point is that I am waiting for them to appeal. Apart from waiting for them to appeal, I'm taking another step to ensure that judgment is executed. I can't just go and fold my hands. It's impossible.
Why do you think up till now, all the military or security agencies involved didn't bother to investigate the matter, or they investigated and decided to pretend nothing happened?
Because they know what happened. Now, let me say this to you. In a civilized society, assuming they're not part, they don't know those who are responsible for that, they have investigated it. Simple. They didn't know who are involved. In our language, in a common parallel, they know what they call ojobo. Ojobo is when you do something illegal and you don't know how to own up. So the point is that they know who are involved. Otherwise, tell me why the military didn't investigate. Tell me why the police not investigate. Tell me why I wrote to SSS twice. I went there personally. I even have to meet some of their officials to demand for the release of this people. Up till now, they've not investigated it. They didn't investigate. They never investigated my complaint. So they know those who are involved. They can't deny that part.
How long and how far are you ready to go if the government is not willing to either honor or execute the judgment, comply with the judgment of the court?
It's simple. That's what they call a crime against humanity. This is what has been established and what happened in my house. Now, we have other relevant institutions. We have a place like ICC. We have a place to resort to. International body are going to resort to report the matter to them, to complain. It's more so when the Nigerian security has been indicted in judgment of the court. So they have gone past beyond the level of investigation. They've been indicted. So, and up till now, they've not taken any step to say one thing or the other about the judgment of the court. Whether we're going to comply or we have this support with you or that this thing happened, we don't know this and this one happened. So we have other avenues to ventilate our anger. We can't fight them. I'm a lawyer, we can't fight them. We've already engaged certain persons. We're going to take it up from there. Because can't just put our hands on how to stand.
Some persons we want to ask, as a lawyer and a very prominent face, at least in the last couple of years since you got involved with Nnamdi Kanu IPOB, if this could happen to you, what of the ordinary Nigerian, probably who has no name and who has no face?
So a lot has been going on in the system. People have been killed like animals. See what happened in Imo State last 2 months ago, 3 months ago. People were returning from traditional wedding. 4 of them were murdered by a bad group, and someone from somewhere went to claim the responsibilities that were the people that killed. I mean, the SSS. We took it up. Matter is in court now as I speak to you. We're taking it up. So you see, people, and that is the end. Nobody will say anything about it again if we're not going to court again. Some people are being killed, particularly in the southeast. If you are, I am not against fight. I'm not against fight against insecurity. I also encourage that. I preach against that, against insecurity. I also encourage law enforcement agents and also volunteers to get involved to clean our lands of all forms of crimes. But in so doing, you should also make sure that you're within the rules of engagement. You can't be killing people at random. You can't shoot anybody on the street without profiling the person. You're not even allowed to shoot without investigating the person. We have record of people that has been murdered in their cold blood, over 100, 200 in the southeast. So people are being, as I speak to you, that people are being killed on a daily basis without someone taking responsibility. So if this can happen to me, it can happen to every other person. Look at what happened in Nnamdi Kanu's house on September 14, 2018. His house was invaded, and people on armed civilians were murdered. 28 of them were murdered in cold blood. 28 persons were murdered. It's not a thing of the past. Young people who are not armed, they are killed.
How do you reconcile the fact that people agitate just talking, and then the government bear the full weight of the law, in quotes, against them, and you have people who openly declare war on the state, and we seem to be pampering them or pretending that nothing is wrong? How do you reconcile it?
You see, the point that this government, with utmost respect to them, have a serious prejudice against the people of Southeast. I will say it without any fear of equivocation. That I will say. Now, let me take you back to the memory lane. During the administration of President Goodluck, when this Boko Haram, when they started, shortly before it, when they started, he created a merit, he set up what they call a committee. That committee was chaired by another man, a senior advocate of Nigeria, a committee on dialogue with Boko Haram. And that committee was empowered to dialogue with Boko Haram. These are people who are terrorists, people who are killing. People who were killing. They now, during the early stage of this administration, what are IPOB members contesting for? They are merely exercising the right to self-determination, which is a right protected and instantly provided under our laws. What they do was to send security personnel against them. In our high school, over 28 persons were killed, May 26, 2016. More, over 17 were killed because they were just carrying flag, shouting, "He was our people. He want our freedom," without any form of arms. Happened at Mbo on the axis. 2016, 2015, 2017 was brutal. There was no effort made by the government. Even after the Nnamdi Kanu was granted bail on 14th of April 2017, as a responsible government, we expected that at that point in time there must be a move to engage this guy. Set up a committee that will engage him. Let us talk with this guy. Let's talk with them. What is the problem? How can we go about it? No. They are the classes. They've been relegated to the background. We don't want them, can't do anything to them. Instead, they send military against him. They sent soldiers to his house on 10, between 10 and 14, but 14 was the climax, to kill him. So the government is insensitive to the plight of the people, particularly in Southeast. I can say that because we have the trajectory of what they've done to them. As I speak to you, I have defended over 1,000 cases of IPOB in court, and I've won all of them. I've won since the provided prescription of IPOB, because God knows that it's a political prescription. The provided prescription is a political. That cannot stand. That cannot stand as of law. So the point is that they have nothing against. They have no case against them. But here you have Islam, you have Boko Haram, you have condemned them, decimating our security agents on that basis, boasting about who they will kidnap and who they will not kidnap, operating in almost all the states of the northern states. Even we who are here, we're not safe again. We're not asked not to go to crowded place, not to go to shop, not to go to marketplace, even you. And nothing's being done about that. I listened to someone this morning on live television who was interviewed about it, who was once a negotiator, who participated in one way or other to discuss about the graduation of those that were kidnapped at by the train, victims. And he said a lot of things. He was bold enough to tell the government that even if these people were all released, that's not the end to that. That shouldn't be the solution to the problem. He said this morning, from what he has seen, sending military cannot solve the problem. That they have to be engaged on the national television, because I have seen things there. Even those who came, who recently regained their freedom, is talking about government engaging them. So this is a situation we find ourselves today in country. But on a daily basis, a lot of atrocities are going on in the south. Innocent people are being killed. I can give you documents.
Do you want to think that some persons have tried to argue that the case of the South is self-inflicted? Do you believe that?
it's not self-inflicted. I cannot say that, because the point is that our people with due respect to them, are afraid to speak out.
Why do you think?
I don't know why I don't know. I can't just explain why, because I believe I can't just give reasons to that effect, but they are afraid to speak out. I don't know why they're not speaking. I may not be able to discuss it here, but they are afraid to speak out. A lot of things are going on there. We have no leader who is speaking. Nobody to castigate, to criticize government decision or policies that are not favorable to the Southeast. Nobody will say it. To criticize clear case policies. Clear policies are not favorable to the Southeast. They won't say it. They won't even discuss. They won't say a word. They are afraid. They won't say a word. They don't talk about it.
Does it have anything to do with probably their hands being soiled, or they are just?
It's not far from that. It's not far from that. But the point is that I used to tell people, be careful, they will kill you. I said, forget it. I've seen it all. As you see me. If my hands are not clean, I will not be alive today. If my hands are not clean, I will not be alive. I am here on a divine mission. I'm not afraid of anybody, as you see me. Not even the soul, I'm not afraid of anybody. Because I know the path in which I'm moving. And I don't have any fear with me. And I speak the truth to the authority without minding whose us is God. Because I know my hands are clean. You cannot eat a cake and have it back.
Sure.
That's settled. You can't eat a cake and have it back. That's what's happening to our people.
And why do you think the government is not ready or considering dialoguing with Nnamdi Kanu? A lot of persons have argued that probably the
that I can assure you. I can say one thing clear to you. In the course of this case, some moves were made. Some good moves were made for possible discussion out of court and possible political solution. But I can confirm to you at this point in time, authoritatively, that move was killed by our people. Sure. It was killed by our own people. There was a move. I was involved. I was involved as his lawyer. That move was killed by our own people. I can say that to you. It was. I don't know whether I believe it appears that some people are benefiting from crisis. I begin to suspect some people are benefiting from crisis. It's obvious. It was killed by our people. I will not go into detail, but I just take it from me. Very serious move.
Do you think it has something to do, probably some people being, do I say, jealous of Nnamdi Kanu having a towering stature in case he's released?
You will not be far from that too. You will not be far from that.
For you, if your idea or your opinion is to be the overriding opinion or decision, what do you think would be an answer, a panacea to the issue of the Southeast and IPOP agitation or non-government issue?
The point is that the federal government has succeeded in filing empty charge against Nnamdi. My client as Nnamdi Kanu. He's being detained today not because he committed an offense unto law. We're in court. Have you seen situations whereby you file a charge today?
Thank you so much, my wonderful viewers, for watching this video together with me from the beginning to the end. Like I said before, if you like what you see here, if you like what I do in this platform, as you have finished watching this video, please hit that red button that says subscribe and put on your notification bell to all notification. In that way, you'll be able to know when I upload a new video. Share my videos, leave your comments in the comment section constructively. Until I meet your way again in my next video, I still remain your Linda's TV show. Bye-bye.